Hey there! Welcome to my channel Beyond the Graph, the place where numbers tell stories and letters make sense. Today we're going to answer a very interesting question that might have crossed your mind at some point. Why can't we divide by 0? It seems so simple at first, right? But when we try to divide by 0, things start getting a little weird. Like this drawn calculator right here would give us probably error, right? So let's break it down and explore why dividing by 0 doesn't actually work. Ready? Let's go. First, let's remember what division actually is. When we have, for example, 6 divided by 3, it actually means how many times 3 can fit into 6. And the answer is 2. Right? It's like splitting 6 into 3 equal parts. 1, 2, and 3. And each part gets 2. Again, we can think of this as splitting the 12 into 4 equal parts, and each part is 3. So you could think that division is just multiplying from the other direction, like we have 4 parts that each have 3, and if you would calculate it, it would give us 12. Now here, things get tricky. What happens when you try to divide by 0? That's a good question. Let's think about it. What are we really asking here? We're trying to figure out how many times does 0 fit into 6. But wait a minute, 0 doesn't fit into 6. In fact, 0 doesn't fit into anything, because multiplying 0 by any number gives us 0. So there's no way to find a number that when multiplied by 0 equals 6. This is where the problem starts. So here's the thing, there is just no number multiplied by 0 that will give us 6, right? Let's break this down a little more. Let's assume that dividing by 0 actually works and we get some number, say x, as the answer, so we would have 6 divided by 0 equals x. This means, according to the rules of division, is that 0 times x equals 6. But here's the thing, 0 times x is always 0, no matter what number we choose for x. So there's no value for x that can make 0 times x equals 6 actually true. This tells us that division by 0 just does not work. Okay, now here's a real brain buster. What happens when we try to divide 0 by 0? At first you might think that, well, 0 divided by anything should be just 0, right? For example, 0 divided by 4. This is 0. And yeah, that's true when we divide something that isn't 0. But here is where something is wrong. Because according to our rules, how many times 0 can fit into 0? Well, what is it? Because if it's x, well, any number times 0 is 0, right? So 0x equals 0. This might seem right? Because if you have a 4 in x, it would mean 0 times 4 equals 0, but when you think about it, then 0 divided by 0 should include every number? What? That means x could be 1, 2, 10, or even a million. So there's no single answer to this. Dividing by 0 in this case leads to a complete mess. There's no answer, and that makes it undefined. Let's look at a few more examples. If we start dividing 6 by smaller and smaller numbers, we're going to see that something strange is going to happen. For example, 6 divided by 1 is 6. 6 divided by 0.1 equals 60. 6 divided by 0.01 equals 600. As the number we're dividing by gets closer to 0, the result gets bigger and bigger, approaching infinity. But still, if we try to divide 6 by 0, things go crazy. We just can't say it's infinity, because math needs to be precise, and division by 0 leads to an undefined result. That's why we say dividing by 0 is undefined. So, to sum it all up, dividing by 0 is undefined, and that's why you won't ever see a valid result when trying to divide by 0 in math. It might seem like a simple rule, but it's actually a really important concept in math. If you enjoyed this explanation, make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more math fun. See you in the next video.